goes with today's Tuesday teaching tip. Today's Tuesday teaching tip is a lesson on helping reluctant writers. You may have a student that just doesn't like to write, and there can be many reasons for that. Sometimes as parents, we think, oh, you can write about anything you want to write about today. And you think that giving them that opportunity to write about whatever they want to write about is something freeing and something they'll enjoy. But a lot of times reluctant writers don't like that because it's something very frustrating. It's like, okay, well, you're telling me I can write about anything, but I don't really know what I want to write about. And so really giving them options helps out. Okay, there are 3 things that we did this weekend. I want you to choose one of them and write about it. It could be taking a trip to the zoo. It can be, we had a weenie roast, and so write about that. We made s'mores this weekend. Explain, how we did that. So you have some choices. So giving writers choices to write about is oftentimes, especially reluctant writers, oftentimes better than just giving them carte blanche to write about anything you want to write about, because that's when they'll get stuck. That writer's block, they'll have it. So another thing you can do is use wordless picture books. The internet's a wonderful thing at times, and one of those instances is Googling children's wordless picture books. And wordless picture books gives reluctant writers an opportunity to kind of recreate or tell their own story about what they think is going on in a wordless picture book. They can add things to it, they can make it more exciting, and so it gives them a little bit of a structure in which to base their own story off of. One of them, and they can be as simple as a couple of pages of a story, or they can be as complicated as this one that I found here. The majority of wordless picture books are very simple. This one is not. This one is called The Arrival by Sean Tan. Now, this book, from what I can gather, is telling a really interesting story about a father who leaves his family from another country to help start a better life. And so if you see the pictures here, they're amazing. But there's a little bit of symbolism again. So if you have a junior high school reluctant writer, this is the book for them, because it is a pretty complex story. What this leads to as well is maybe studying a little bit of history about immigration, and so that they have a better idea of how some of these families, journal writing, immigrants who did journal writing, how they feel about their journey. And so this story, this wordless picture book, takes you on the adventure of this one family of immigrants. And so again, there aren't any words in here, but your student can come up with the wording for this story. So they can narrate basically this story. And so that is a challenge for, like I said, older kids, junior high school level. But there are more simple wordless picture books for your younger reluctant writers. I hope this Tuesday teaching tip will help you with your reluctant writer.